the Guitar Dads. It's the Guitar Dads.
Welcome to the Guitar Dads Podcast, a podcast for guitar people by guitar dads. This week, this band rides the lightning into retirement. Are you ready to latch onto your shaft and adjust your knob? And a Japanese guitar maker phones it in on his latest build. You can get one of these on a case-by-case basis this week on the Guitar Dads Podcast. And now, the dudes who consistently phone it in, Matt and Dave.
Ha! Hello, everybody. I'm Mash.
And I'm Dave, and I'm still disappointed with your laughs. I just am.
We literally phone it in because this is like done over the internet airwaves.
Well, that's not really a phone, but okay.
I
yeah.
guess it's not. I guess it doesn't count as a phone. It doesn't count as phoning it in.
Riverside does allow you to have call-in. Should we have like guests call in? I think we should.
We should definitely get some call-ins happening. Yes.
Can you imagine like a caller board?
Yeah.
All right.
Give them the number.
Yeah.
666 dads. Call anytime. Phone lines are open.
Yeah, we don't have. Is there like a number? Yeah, I've never actually explored how that would work, but that would be really freaking hilarious.
Phone lines are open, man.
If we just told like a group of our friends or other,
we could just tell the Facebook
and
guys. Yeah,
yeah.
We could just tell the Facebook group. We'll just tell the Facebook group, hey guys, if you want to call in on a topic, you can do it.
That'd be hysterical.
Well, we're seeing this on Riverside right now. Actually, Dave, when you hit record, we could live stream. It says you can live stream on Facebook.
You can. We did do the live stream on Facebook for our. We did.
It was 100th episode. Yeah, but we didn't use Riverside at the time.
No. Since Riverside, we did a live stream on Facebook at some point. I forget when.
We?
Yeah.
Oh, you're right.
It wasn't like a
That's
special
right.
episode. It was just like a random stream we decided to do.
All right. So if you want to be in on the random streams we decide to do, then you can decide. You can do it. So join the Facebook group. That's how you're going to know.
Yeah. And a quick thank you to our listeners. If you have been listening to us for God knows how long, thank you so much for hanging out. And thank you so much for sticking with us. If you're new, hope you enjoy the episode and come back next week for more. You know where to check us out at Guitar Dads Podcast on Instagram, Threads, X, YouTube. Come find us on YouTube. People like to watch the entire episode or part of the episode or whatever portion of it you want. Just go find us on YouTube. And that is it. Did I? Oh, in the Facebook group, like Matt mentioned.
Facebook group. We already talked
Podcast.
about that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
Well, here we are. What do we got? Let's get into the Dataverse. We're back at it.
Let's go. Well, as I mentioned in the intro, somebody's retiring. We're going to get into this a little bit later, but Megadeth, of course, in August announced that their next album would be their last. Of course, that's what every band says.
Come on.
But anyway,
man.
That's what we're going with.
All right, that's what we're going with.
That's what we're going with. They said that this is it. They're going to go one more bit. I mean, that doesn't mean they're not going to tour,
Yeah.
But anyway, but this one is interesting because it features a cover of "Ride the Lightning," of course, famous Metallica song.
That Mustaine co-wrote.
He co-wrote, yeah,
right. He famously co-wrote. Well, he basically says they stole all his songs. That's his.
Yeah,
narrative.
he does. But
right?
He wasn't really. He was in the band, but really kind of like was not in the band before their first record was released, and so that's a whole famous music thing, music trivia.
He's still upset about it like 50 years later, too.
No,
50,
actually,
but like 40.
No, he actually said in an interview that he did this because he wanted to, show, uber respect to the band and just their legacy and all that stuff. And James,
that's nice of him. So he's actually like coming around on Metallica, because I only ever hear sound clips of him bashing Metallica. So
he's good at that too. Yeah.
Yeah.
He caught me mid-sip.
Yeah, what are you drinking?
But this cover
beer over there? Are you drinking an IPA?
Yeah,
You going back to the
seltzer.
IPAs, Dave?
No, it's seltzer, man.
Oh, Dave's got a Kirkland.
It's a Monday night.
Dave's got a Kirkland seltzer.
Well, some people, yeah. Do you know, if you don't know what the Kirkland brand is, this is Costco. For those of you who don't have
those of you not in the
joy
US.
of, yeah. Well, this Costco's, I think you're in some European countries too, don't they?
Oh, are there now? Jeez.
I don't know.
Are there really?
I don't know.
Anyway,
Costco's
the greatest.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
It is totally the greatest.
Look at this. Well, it's Monday, so of course I have a high noon.
Oh, you got a high noon. Oh, you're going drinks on Monday. Okay. Cool.
Well, I just drink,
Hey, I'm here for it, man.
It's like not drinking. It's like, you drink a high noon, it's like not drinking.
Yeah, kind of. Anyway, so what do you think of this? This cover, by the way, is it's played faster tempo, I should say, and and played in a lower key.
Oh yeah, what key is it played in, Dave?
I don't know.
You're like, I don't know. I have no idea. What key is the original one in? I have no idea.
I don't know. It's probably like drop C sharp. Who knows? God knows. But yeah,
good question.
It's interesting. So it's a kind of a week news week. A week news week. Yeah, it's
week
kind
news.
of a.
I mean, there's some
limited
gear
news
stuff happening. Some gear stuff dropped, but we're going to get to that.
Gear stuff.
Gear
we'll
sections.
Get to that.
Yeah. So.
But in terms of like music news, which we like to bring you every week, there wasn't a whole lot going on. I thought that was an interesting little piece.
Yeah. Well, you know what we haven't talked about though? Let's just talk about it for like a second, because I think it needs to be addressed by us because we talk so much about Bon Jovi. Bon Jovi has announced a tour, which isn't really a tour.
Hold on. Don't call it a tour. You can't call like 8 shows a tour.
No, is it 8 shows? Like I thought it was like 11 shows now or something.
It's like 8. Yeah, it's like 10 shows and like 7 of them are at Madison Square Garden. Come on, that's not a tour. But he's doing multiple shows. I'll give him that. He's doing multiple shows.
AI is telling me that Ride the Lightning is an E minor. So,
okay.
Just so you guys know.
Oh, eerie silence there for a minute. And you can hear my sip again. I'm enjoying the seltzer.
Nice. I was going to say, you really like it. Is it lime? Is it lime seltzer?
It's a lime seltzer. It's delicious.
Yeah. All right. Anyway, so but like we don't have to dwell on it, but Bon Jovi is actually doing a string of shows. They're doing like a semi residency at Madison Square Garden. They're calling it the Forever Tour. There's 9 shows at Madison Square Garden, 1 in Edinburgh, and 1 in Dublin.
The Forever tour is in I haven't been able to sing in forever.
Yeah, right. And then so for actually speaking of our European audience, there's 1 show in Edinburgh, 1 show in Dublin, and 1 show and 3 shows at Wembley Stadium.
Yeah, 3
in London.
Wembley.
You got to think like these are, for a Jersey guy like MSG, to do 9 shows at MSG is a big deal.
It is a big deal.
And, and then to go and do it in Europe, to play these massive stadiums in Europe, you got to think, is this a farewell tour? Is that what this is? I think it is.
Well, yeah, and along that line, I would ask you, do you think Richie's going to make an appearance at one of these MSG
100%.
shows?
100%. I think he should show up at one of the MSG shows.
Yeah, and I think he will too.
I think he will. Right.
I just don't know. Now, John has been in interviews lately making the statement that, the reason he hasn't toured is because if he can at least do 2 shows, he knows he can do 50. That's a quote.
He said,
if I can do 2, I can do 50. Right. So
we'll see.
I'm going to say his voice kicks out after about 3 shows.
I mean, I'm going to say that he's going to have an army of people on stage singing along with him like he always does.
Yes. Covering.
And I would not put it past him running a few tracks to cover some stuff up. I just wouldn't put it past him. So,
yeah.
But again, we've talked about this. At this point, it's nostalgia. He's got an audience. A lot of people are relying on him to be able to perform at some level. So, here we are. But I don't know. It's kind of cool. As a Bon Jovi fan, it's kind of cool that they're doing it. Is it going to be good? I can't wait to hear how it goes. So
Yeah, and listen, I will give the band credit if he can do it, if he pulls this thing through and makes it through all the shows they have booked. Hey, more power to him. And I will say this: if he can pull this together, make it all the way through, and still sound good, I will go on record right now stating that next year they will book a larger tour with Richie.
I mean, this is after his vocal surgery, so maybe the
Yes.
surgery did something, and we're gonna hear. But I saw clips of him. Remember, Dave? I think I sent it to you last summer. There's like this like rich person on the Cape that does stuff, and like I saw a clip from this summer where Billy Idol was there playing at this guy's
Oh
house.
yeah, I saw
Yeah, you know
that.
what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Who is
Yes.
what is this? Is it like Ernie Bach? I don't know who it is. But anyway, I saw a clip of Bon Jovi singing there last year at this little get together on the Cape, and he sounded terrible. So
Yeah.
I don't know that the vocal surgery actually worked, but we're gonna see. We're
Yeah.
gonna
We're
find
gonna
out.
see.
We're gonna see how
We're
it
gonna see.
goes. And and we wish him luck.
Yeah, of
So.
course we wish him luck. All right.
All right.
Well, moving on. Just want to let you guys know that this show, of course, is sponsored by none other than the Foxcatcher. Yes, it is sponsored by
Well, the Foxcatcher V2, yeah.
Copper Sound pedals. Of course, Copper Sound. They are the boutique pedal company building unique pedals right here in the state of Massachusetts. And we are going to continue the highlight of the Foxcatcher V2. Of course, you guys know about the original Foxcatcher, which came out in 2016. This is your blues breaker circuit on steroids because of the the independent boost, which is a great boost, wonderful boost. But if you're playing it with the Foxcatcher side of things, it's even that much better. And you can actually choose the order. On the original pedal. On the V2, you got 3 different gain options, 3 different shape options, ton of controls, ton of different ways you can kind of shape your tone on this thing. And it does sound a lot. So you can dial it in close to the original Foxcatcher. I couldn't get it 100%, but I got it close. But I will say, and I've said this before, I think this thing does a different thing. It's got its own teeth, and I think you should check it out. Matt?
Yeah. I did have a chance to put it through its paces, through my Amplified Nation Wonderland Overdrive. I think I said this last time.
You did, yeah.
I put it through paces, but I keep playing it because it's awesome, and I just keep experimenting with different settings on it, and I love them all. Like I haven't really settled in on a favorite setting on it. All the gain stages are great. All the shape settings are great. I don't know. I mean, yeah, for different things, it's good for different things, obviously, but it's really great. I love it, and I think you guys would love it as well. So
yeah, absolutely.
So you can pre-order it now, right? You've
Yep.
already said that. And
it's going to drop on November 7th, and we're going to be having a special guest on the show soon. So tune in.
Stay tuned for that.
Anyway, all right, let's move on to the real good and juicy stuff.
What do we got?
We haven't done this segment for a little while. But
you got one finally.
We're gonna quickly highlight another artist. We used to call this bands you should be listening to, but we've renamed it to Listen Up. Listen, we need some kind of a jingle for all these different segments now.
Listen up.
But we're going to call it Listen Up. This is a blues guitarist out of the Isle of Man. His name is Davey Knowles. You guys might know, some of you probably know who this is. I had never heard of him before.
Yeah.
But he put his first record out a long time ago, 20 years ago. So lots of material to digest, and it is fantastic.
He was in a band called Isle of Man.
No, he's out of Isle. He's
I was going to say he's from the Isle of Man.
Yes.
So is he a motorcycle racer?
I don't know.
Those of you that know about motorcycle racing will get that joke. But
yeah, I don't believe he is, but he's toured extensively with Rory Gallagher's band.
Oh, cool.
And now the 3 of them have put out a new record of all originals together. And I'll tell you, You got your tasty blues licks in there, your classic blues rock vocal stylings. You know, it's got it all. So you can go check that thing out. It's called MKO because it's Jerry McAvoy, Davey Knowles, and Brendan O'Neill.
Okay, yeah, yeah.
It's
I
kind
feel
of
like I've heard his
using
name,
that
Dave,
acronym
but
off the names. Yeah.
I'm sure I feel like I've heard his name, but I don't know that I'm familiar with him. So Dave's calling this out, so definitely going to check it out.
He's really good. I don't know why this name has not come across our ears before, but he is fantastic. I'm really digging.
All right,
what
Davey
he's
Knowles.
laying
All
down.
right, go check him out, guys. All you guys from the area, from Ireland, UK, are probably like, how do you guys not know Davey Knowles?
I'm sure. Listen.
That's probably what
we're
that's probably what they're saying.
Dude,
But-
we're gonna get shit on in the group, and this because I'm gonna post a clip, and then it's gonna be like, well, you guys don't know Davey Knowles.
How do you not know him? Jeez.
So
Anyway.
there's a
Well,
lot
that's
of
a good little
artists
one
out
to
there
put
we
on
don't
there.
know.
That's a good little one to get on there. So that's cool. What else? Is that the only artist we have? Is that the
That's the
listen
only
up
artist.
artist?
Listen
Oh,
up
you know
artist.
who's been coming across my feed a little bit more lately? I don't know why, but Philip Sace. Remember we talked about him?
Oh yeah, yes,
Yeah. So like some people might say like he's just like an SRV clone, but the more I listen to him, he's not. Yes, it's that style of playing for sure, but I feel like his songs and you know, I think some of the things he's doing, yes, it's very SRV inspired, but I think it's pretty cool. And he's just getting that killer strat tone. So I don't know if you're into that kind of style. I think he's putting like a little bit of a fresh taste on it, not just straight up clone of SRV. So just incredible. You know that tone, Dave. Just incredible.
Why is his last name? Why is he named after six in Spanish?
Yeah, but it's spelled Sayce, I believe. It's not spelled that. Yeah, Phillips. Una, dos, tres. Yeah, that's what he says before he gets going on a
Yeah.
song. He's like, uno,
He's
dos,
like Bono, you know.
Yeah, he's like Bono, uno, dos, tres, catorce. No, yeah, no.
Anyway.
Yeah, no.
Ah, bad jokes all around. Of course you don't.
See, I don't tell the jokes. I just intro the jokes. See.
All right. Matt, did you know that Seth Lover's middle name was also Lover? So yeah, that's the guy who Shaggy wrote the song about.
Oh, Mr. Lover.
Uh,
Wait, did you make this up or is that actually true? That can't be true.
I made it up.
You made it up. Did you write this
Lame.
one?
Well,
It is
I wrote
lame,
that
but
one.
it's kind of funny. Mr. Lover,
Yes.
Lover.
Anyway.
Mr. Lover, Lover. Ooh. Mr.
Ooh.
Boombastic. Mr. Lover, Lover. Shaggy. What happened to Shaggy? Shaggy was
Whatever
awesome.
happened to Shaggy?
He had the jams, Shaggy.
Let's bring that segment back. The whatever happened to him. We'll do Shaggy next time. There you
My
go.
favorite, that was a good segment. My favorite Shaggy song was the Angel one, right?
Oh yeah,
That was a good one.
that was a great one. Great one.
And then what was the other? Oh man, yeah.
Yeah,
so
he had a
good.
few. He had a few.
He had a good one.
It was
yeah.
good.
Anyway.
All
All
right.
right. Let's move on.
Juice. Let's get to good stuff. What do you want to cover here? Do you want to
get into
the
another new segment? Yeah, let's get into
wanna-
another new segment.
All right, let's do it.
Do you want me
What
to
is it
intro
called?
or do you want to do
Yeah,
it?
you and well,
All right,
this
so we got a new
is-
segment, and this one's
We're
called
calling it.
it's called Get It or Forget It.
There you go. We need jingles, man. We need them.
This is we'll work on some jingles. Maybe like over the holiday break, I'll take some time and write some jingles. So Get It or Forget It is a segment that we've created where we're going to take
what's
like
the
kinda like-
concept here?
the concept is kind of like guitar oddities, I guess, like weird guitar like products that not straight up like gear, like pedals and stuff like that. It's like guitar related stuff that is not actual guitar gear. And is it useful or is it not? And should you get it or should you just forget it? I guess it could be it is guitar gear. I shouldn't say it's not gear, but it's not like a specific amp or a pedal or a or a guitar, so like outside of
No,
those
it could
kind
be
of
like a Joe
main pieces of
Bonamassa
gear.
robe.
It could be a Joe Bonamassa robe. It could be a back scratcher. It could be like a weird kind of pick, like a new kind of a pick or something like that. And we actually have a good one for tonight. And what it is, or today, whenever you're listening to this morning, we have a good one this week, which is a cool thing called the Knobifier. Have you seen this, Dave?
Actually,
you want me to share the screen?
Yes.
I'll share the screen because we're putting
yeah,
this up on YouTube now.
Yeah, share the
So,
screen. Yeah, for YouTubers, but I'm looking at it. I got to tell
yeah.
you sent this to me today, or you posted this thing in the notes
Yeah, I
today,
posted in
and
the
I pulled
notes.
it up.
Yeah.
My first impression was, "What the heck is this thing?" And then I thought about it and realized how useful this is if it
Right.
works. Right?
Right. Right. Right.
It's
If it works.
awesome.
So that's why we're going to talk about this. So I don't know if I can describe it. Basically what it is it's something that you put over a knob on your pedal that kind of has gears in it and turns that so that you can use your foot. I'm not going to be able to describe this properly, Dave.
So it
Basically,
latches.
it's a
So
wheel. It's a
yeah,
wheel that
it's a
latches
wheel.
on. It's a kind of little tiny wheel that latches onto a knob of your pedal, just one knob, and you can run your foot over it, and it can adjust
Yep.
it can twist the knob as you run your foot over it. It's a clever little
It's
device.
very
So basically
clever.
what it allows you to do is if you have like, those little knobs, especially the smaller knobs that you may have on your pedals, I think it does adapt to a little bit larger ones as well. But the smaller ones that are kind of have a little more weight to them on your pedal that you can't really like kind of use with your toe. That you would have to reach down to twist. These allow you to be able to do it with your foot is the idea here. And so it's clever stuff. And, is this something that you would use, Dave? Like, I mean, you're not a
I,
gigging guy, but I
no,
don't
but
know.
I'll
Like, what
tell
do you
you.
think of this?
I'll tell you what. It doesn't. I don't think you need to be a geeking guy for this. Is an everyman's kind of like
Yeah,
piece of gear because how many times do you want to adjust something and you just don't? You're playing, you're into it, and you just don't feel like kind of bending down or walking close to your pedal board to adjust it. So you just keep going. This
yeah.
is kind of cool.
Especially if
I
you're
mean,
standing up. If you're a
yeah,
stand-up
if you're
player, that's why I say gigging. But Dave is actually an odd kind of a guy where he plays standing
for
up
a
a
lot
lot
of
at home.
reasons,
Yeah, but
or
you play
sitting
standing
down.
up at home.
I do. I actually
Yeah,
like playing standing up
I
most
do
of the
too.
time.
I do too. Yeah,
But I've been playing sitting down a lot more lately. And I would say for the the basement player like me, this has a bigger application for the person that sits because
right.
you're comfortable, you're just sitting there, you don't want to stand up and bend over and like, adjust your pedals and whatever else. It's just a convenient way to kind of just sit in your comfy chair, play guitar, and just like reach your foot over and adjust what you want. And this thing looks small enough, and I think they say it here in the article about it that you can potentially fit a number of these things on a single pedal depending on
You could.
what the arrangement is of the
Right.
knobs. So you could be adjusting your tone, volume, whatever.
Yeah. I mean,
It's cool.
it's a pretty cool thing. So I
Do
would
you
say
think it
like
works?
would I have a practical application for that? I do think it works. I think it's clever and I think it probably works. The thing is it looks a little bit flimsy to me. And I feel like with heavy use, it would crack because it is made out of it looks like it's like 3D printed. It's made out of plastic. So I don't know if it's going to stand up to a lot of action on this, like going back and forth. But if it does, I think it could be useful for people that are gigging, and that maybe it's one thing I could think of is I think about like the Boss, like a DD5 or DD7, whatever, a Boss, and you can twist that knob and get some crazy sounds as you're playing. Right, like make it
Oh,
like
yeah.
repeat
Didn't even
like
think about that.
crazy. Yeah, like
Yes.
that would be a cool kind of application for this, not just like, oh, I just want to crank up my gain or whatever from a pedal. I think for those kind of things it could have a cool application that would negate the need for an expression pedal for something like that. It could potentially replace a whole need for a whole other pedal. So that's cool about it. So I don't know. I think this is, what do we think this is, Dave? Is this a get it or forget it?
I think this is a get it. I mean,
I think
what's
it's a
the
get it too.
What's the tag on this thing? Yeah.
I think it's a get it. It doesn't, do they like link the where you can buy one of these things? It's called the Knob
30
Fire.
bucks.
Is it 30 bucks?
30
That
bucks.
seems
30
steep.
bucks. This is it though? I mean, you're dropping like
It's a little
200
piece
to 300
of plastic.
Yeah, but if you're dropping 200 to 300 a pedal, right, on average or more, and you're a gigging musician or you're somebody that's just like sick and tired of kind of like leaning over to reach their boards and see this stuff, I think for 30 bucks and you put a couple of these on a few like common pedals that you use or you're consistently adjusting.
I think you're probably right. They make them to
$100 you
fit
get three.
specific. They do make them to fit specific. They have them like that are specific to bosses, specific to Strymon styles.
I'll tell you what's really creative
pretty
about
cool.
these is that it looks to be, now I'm only looking at the still image, but it looks like there's like an arrow. So it indicates where the knob is. Right? Is that
right?
So did you say that? You might have said that. I missed it, but that's just
I
very
think
clever.
I said that.
Very clever. So you can actually, because otherwise you can't see the knob, it's covered. But there's a bit so I guess when you put the thing over the knob, it's going to be turned
Here's a
and
better
say
look
like
at it for those on YouTube.
It's in like the 7 o'clock position, for example, right? So
Yeah.
that's all the way down.
Right.
And then as you rotate the wheels, that piece will turn as well to indicate where it is. So yeah.
Yep.
It's cool.
Yep. It's very
30
cool.
bucks. I think it's a get it.
I think this is a get it. This is a clever little thing. I think it's a get it. I think it could be very useful for a lot of guys, a lot of players, I should say. I think it's cool. It reminds me, Dave. We haven't talked about it, but it reminds me of those volume or expression pedals that have come out with the same thing. They're a spinning wheel, not like a wah pedal type.
Yeah, I know what you're talking
volume
about.
pedal, like the spinning wheel type. I think Chase Bliss recently has come out with one. The one I came across as well, we'll just put it up as well, is this Black Mountain Picks one.
Yes, I've seen this one.
So you've seen it. Yeah, you've seen it. But it's basically if you're on YouTube and you're seeing the screen share, you just saw our show notes, so it'll ruin the show for you. So don't just ignore that. I got to be careful with the screen share since we're posting this on
seriously.
YouTube. Who knows what else you're going to see on my screen? Oh my goodness. Black Mountain volume pedal. This thing, I mean, so just picture you're rolling your foot up and down. It saves a ton of space. I think it's clever as heck.
I think it's clever.
And
I think it's really clever.
Chase Bliss is doing it as well. The Chase Bliss one just looks cool, and it's kind of a smaller profile than this one. So check that out. Out. Yeah. All right.
What else we got? What else we got going on?
What else do we got? Get it or forget it.
You wanted to
look for that as a segment, guys, as we keep going.
Yeah.
So
get it or forget it.
Yeah. What do you want to get into now, Dave?
So do you want to? So you have another thing listed here. Do you want to quickly hit on this, like headstock tuners? Where do we stand on these?
That's another get it or That's a get it or forget it. Let's is a headstock tuner a get it or forget it for you?
It's an absolute get it.
No, for me, it's a total forget it. I think they look lame. If you're in any kind of a louder environment, they're kind of a pain in the ass to use.
Okay, but
say that as somebody that doesn't play acoustic guitar anymore, and that I've had this gas for acoustic. When I have a few of these things laying around somewhere. I just don't use them. My daughter uses, there's one like that's permanently on my daughter's guitar and her ukulele, so she uses them all the time. So I think for acoustic instruments where you're not plugged in all the time, they're probably useful, but I don't know.
What if you have a pedal? What if you have multiple pedal boards and you don't feel like having like 18 tuners in the house, right?
Okay, fine. You can get a headstock tuner, but if you're playing a gig, for the love of God, take the damn thing off when you're playing a gig. It just
and I don't think
it's like one of my pet peeves
I agree.
of gigs. So maybe they're also get-its, but they look ridiculous on a stage. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
They just do.
No, I think I think it's definitely headstock. You need a headstock tuner for a lot of different applications. Get it?
I think they are the new kind of like acoustic. Like if you're an acoustic instrument, you're just using, and you're right.
Even electric. I think it's
I was going to say
valuable
for
that.
convenience sake, I think a lot of people in electric. Okay, so we're going to call headstock tuners Get It. So we have Get It today. That's what we got for you this week.
Two Get It's.
Well, there you go. All right.
All right. We should. Shall we move on? What else?
Yeah. What's our next?
You want to get into this real quick? Is this a conversation for another show in our headliner for the night, or should we get into some gear?
Yeah,
I think we got time. We got lots of time.
All right. It's up to you. You got the time, man.
We got some time. Because we definitely want to talk about the Gibson release, and we want to talk about
the Oasis stuff.
Oasis stuff. But yeah, this kind of spawned from the whole
Bon
Megadeth
Jovi
thing and announcing, this is our last album, and then the whole Bon Jovi thing. The question we're going to pose tonight: should bands retire before it's too late? And we've talked about this before. Does it affect legacy?
No, it doesn't.
You kind of ruining it for certain fans.
Should Bill Belichick retire before it's too late, Dave? I would say it's too late at this point.
Too late for that. I would say yes. I think a lot of bands, if you know that you can't do it anymore and they know when that is, they should just end it or do something different, right? Just put out some music once in a while to appease your fans. Let people enjoy what you can still do, but don't put on these mega tours. Don't get out there and try to sing live if you can't do it. Don't use tracks.
So there is something to be said for going out on top, like the Seinfeld thing, right?
Yeah.
Go out on top, leave them wanting more, right?
Always.
So but bands don't seem to do that. You know why? Because there's too much money
Matt,
to be made.
That was this week's Guitar Dads podcast. See you guys next week.
Bye. Right. If you listen to Seinfeld, I think it was a Howard Stern interview. He was offered like gazillions of dollars to continue and sign on for X numbers of seasons, and he turned it down. I mean, one, he had made already a ton of money, but it's kind of interesting, right? Because it was his decision. And, I don't think any of them have really been in anything as big as that, like the actors, at least. Right.
No.
I mean, obviously Larry David went on to have great success with Curb Your Enthusiasm, but, it's nobody really saw that kind of success again. So do you think like people like Jason Alexander and Michael Richards and, Julia Louis-Dreyfus, do you think they're like upset about it that they didn't get like maybe a few more years of that like giant fame that they had? And I'm not trying to go down like a TV rabbit hole, but I'm going down like this rabbit. I'm going down this for a reason, because I asked that for a reason, because there's so many people depending on these bands. It's like a gravy train, right? And there's money to be made, and there's money to be made for them as well, right? So I'm not like,
but do you think that's what's really the driving force behind, say, the Motleys of the world?
Money. And I don't think it's just money, but I think money has a lot to do with it, right?
I think ego has a lot more to do with it. Like, you just don't know when. Well,
ego and money, I think, are almost the same thing to some extent. With these guys, to some extent, right?
I think ego. I think for somebody like Vince Neil, you just don't, either you have such a and he has such a massive ego. I also just think he's completely aware that he can't do it anymore. But I think that ego just outweighs his awareness that his voice is gone. He doesn't have it. And we've talked about it. He's just one of many examples out there. I think you're probably
right. I think that's probably true, but I also think the pressure when they know there's a demand out there, that people will buy the tickets and people will come to see them. I think you're right. It's ego driven, but it's also, they got a gazillion people telling them every day, let's do this. People want to see it because they know there's so much money to be made. So obviously all the incentives are there. So,
I'll give you the example. Aerosmith. Steven Tyler knows he can't do it. So he's not going out there doing
But he
it.
tried, and he almost like threw out his voice for good by trying to keep going when he couldn't keep going. But but you're right. That's ego driven for sure, right? When he, had to scream. He tried so hard to start that tour, knowing he wasn't in shape to do it, and hurt himself even further.
Yeah, but what I mean is like Aerosmith has Steven Tyler's decided like, okay, because we saw him during the Back to the Beginning performance, how good he sounded, right?
Yeah, and he
So
sounds great on that
he,
track he put out with Young Blood.
of course, so
Yeah,
he's deciding the way to really present what he can do at the top of his current game is in this format, like little bits and pieces here and there. Maybe I'll go do
right.
a live set for 5 songs. Maybe I'll go, I'll record, I'll collaborate with this artist, or we'll put out one song here and there. He's not
Yeah,
doing a massive tour because, granted, he's a different scenario because he knows if he does one more time blow out his voice, he's probably
it's
affecting
probably
his
over.
ability to speak, in general. But
Yeah,
I'm talking more like guys like John Bon Jovi, Vince
yeah.
Neil,
But
you
I
know.
think I'm on the other side of it, Dave. I think if the demand is there and people want to come and see, and I've talked about this a lot, I know you don't agree with me, but I've talked about this a lot, how it's almost like people don't give a shit what the band sounds like when they go and see them. They just want to
A
see
lot of
them,
them don't. No, I think you're right.
right? They
I think
just
it's
want to
shitty.
see these people. They want to see their heroes on stage. Or, if they're not their heroes, just the nostalgia like brings them back to that era, to when they graduated high school or whatever, right? So when they met their wife or, whatever, right? So
Yeah,
their
but it's
significant
it's kind
other.
of like it's like a lot of things in life where you think about your favorite restaurant as a kid, or you think about your
Right,
favorite, and then you go back to it later and you realize, it's just not like it was. And
right,
does that kind of
right.
ruin it for you in a way? I
No, it
guess there's a lot
doesn't.
of I guess there's a lot of people out there that are completely oblivious that they're going to see like a crap show where
Right.
there's tracks and lip syncing and all this other shit going on. I just feel like
I think
I
I think I
I
think that's the
disagree with
people.
that.
Right. And I think there's a lot of people out there that are willing to sit through it and, regardless of what it sounds like, and they're going to hear kind of what they want to hear. Like, let's just be honest, because we've heard the clips of a lot of bands. Look, I don't want to keep up bringing Axel, but I think some people are delusional about what Axel sounds like right now. I don't think they understand how bad he sounds. Right. And they're trying to explain it away. And it's like, sorry, guys. Like, I know you love Axel. I love Axel. I love him. Right. I think he's incredible, like one of the most incredible frontmen to ever live. But like he is, again, I don't think he's hurting his legacy. I don't think that. The same way I don't think Bill Belichick is hurting his legacy by coaching a terrible team at UNC.
No,
But
I disagree.
I don't. Yeah, I know you do. I just don't think that's true.
Especially with that. Especially with that.
Yeah. You can't take away what these guys have accomplished. These guys are the greatest, of what they've done, like ever, right? Like
Well,
Axel as an
The
example,
Belichick
and
example
Belichick
is
as an example.
the Belichick example is actually germane to the conversation because
It is.
he is
I mean, it's
very
not
much.
German. I don't know. He's not
It's not
German.
German. It's
Oh,
like
Germain. Okay, all right. Sorry.
German. Yeah, not German. He's actually he's kind of like illustrating. He's almost proving the argument. The side that wants to believe that it was all Brady, and we're going to get on a football tangent here, but I'm going to bring it back. I'll circle back to the whole band thing in a second. He's kind of like winning the argument for people who were saying it was all Brady and not Belichick because he's proven that he can't do it without Brady, whereas Brady went off without Belichick in the first year, won a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
If Axel decided to do a solo project, do you think he would
Well,
be
no,
able
because
to
he
sell
doesn't. Like
tickets?
people can look. Just because you
So hold on,
are
go
past
with
your
me here.
prime, but just
Go with me
because
here.
you're
Do you
past
think
your
he would be able to
prime.
sell tickets? Do you think it would be
Oh yes, I
a
think
thing
yeah,
people actually
dude.
want to go
He
see?
sold out stadiums with Guns under the Guns N' Roses name when it was literally just him. He did
That
it.
was years ago when he can actually sing
Well,
still.
that's true. That's true. But he did it, and I think he has a massive following of people,
So, do you
which is
think
why
that
I
if he
bring it
put
up.
out okay, so he puts out a solo record now. Do you think it's going to be mass hysteria to go see Axl Rose.
No, I don't think it's going to be a mass hysteria, but I think people would still go and see him.
Yeah, it'd be like a tiny club tour kind of thing.
I don't know.
Right?
No,
that's
I don't think so.
That's the scale he would probably be able to do right now.
I think you underestimate his fans.
I think people want to go see the whole Guns N' Roses thing. I think to your point, they want to go see Guns N' Roses. This is the show. This is the
Axl
band.
Is Guns N' Roses. So one thing that I've noticed over the years is Axl is much more Guns N' Roses affiliated. Like people have this like thing with Axl Rose as Guns N' Roses, not as much as Slash. This is why Slash, he's giant down in Australia with Miles and the gang, but he's not selling out stadiums with Slash and Miles.
No.
So even when he started, they did a lot of GNR stuff. They did a lot of gun stuff.
Oh, tons.
He started doing those tours. He still wasn't getting the crowds that Axl was getting. Right. So
and they did it better. Sorry, they just did.
Of course
only
they did.
Because
I don't know. I mean,
Axl,
Axl, some of that stuff sounded good. Yeah, Buckethead played with Axl. He had some monster guitar players.
And let me be clear, I'm not saying they did it better than Guns N' Roses. I'm saying the time that Slash and Miles were out there like really killing it and doing the GNR stuff, Miles was like, light years above what Axl could sing at the time. So right. That's my point. Anyway.
Well, you're probably right, but we talk about this because that's what the fans don't seem to care all that much. The fans know that he's lost a step or two, but they want to see their heroes up there. And so I think that's why they shouldn't just retire if the demand is still there.
You're right, but I think there's a caveat to that.
But
there's the demand there. The fans still want to see that, but you're talking about the fans that are going to the shows. We don't know how other people feel, like me. Like how many of me are out there who feel like, no, I have no interest in going to see Guns N' Roses right now because I know I'm going to be disappointed. I bet there are equally, if not more fans.
No, there are. I was talking to a guy at a party the other day at a Halloween party I went to. Actually, it was the Day of the Dead party, but actually it was really a Halloween party since we're not.
Yeah, speaking of dead,
this is America.
Axl's voice.
But I know.
Anyway.
Speaking of Day of the Dead, yeah. But he was talking about Counting Crows and how he's such a giant Counting Crows fan. But he saw them recently, and Adam Duritz just wasn't up to it. Just didn't have the voice. So he was very disappointed. He's like, I will not see them again if they tour again. Flat out said that to me. So it does happen, right? So, and you're right. I think the more kind of hardcore fans that are really into seeing the live stuff, and if bands can execute live like you and I are, you're right. They're probably not as into it. But they're still going to go see them. Like Dave, you go see Aerosmith no matter what. Right, they wheel them out in a chair. You're going to go see it.
Yeah,
right.
I probably would.
There's just certain bands you're just going to go see, and that's that's what it is, right? So Anyway,
all right. Well, speaking of,
did we kill that topic? Did we
kill? Yeah, but speaking of Day of the Dead, all right, let's move on. I want to hit on these things really, really quick, but this probably should have gone into the get it or forget it category. Did you see these? Because I think these are really cool.
Yeah,
these phone cases. Cool. This Japanese guitar maker is like literally making like a phone case. Like you can customize it to look like your guitar, so it's got like the finish and the pick guard, and these things are super cool.
So this guy, this freaking guitar, this guy in Japan, I'm gonna flash him up because maybe this will help on YouTube.
Yes.
Sorry, I'm doing it. I can't talk and do stuff at the same time.
But go.
We need
a
producer.
It's a skill. We
need a producer. So basically what this guy in Japan has done is stolen the copper sound idea of the Broadway.
I was just going to say this
and put it towards phone cases.
But it's Alex
is listening
concept.
to this right now. Alex is listening to this right now, and he's like, "Yep,
he stole your idea, Alex."
Yeah. And he's probably going to be like, you know what? We're going to do that. If those are selling, we're going to do it.
Yeah.
And you should, Alex.
Alex, if you're listening, you know what you need? You need a cease and desist. And if you don't know what I'm saying, go way back and listen. Go back.
Go listen to the Doug Cower episode.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cease and desist. Anyway, yeah,
All right.
these are
Yeah.
cool. I like.
They are
Anyway,
kind
I
of.
think it's
He did a
it's
really
cool
nice
idea.
job with them. The
They
relic
look great.
job on them are nice.
Yeah,
All right.
for $50,
Cool.
hey, I'm into it. Anyway, all right.
$50.
The
Dave's going to have one
big,
of these. But I will say
you know,
about
I
this.
will.
I will say about this too. I do somewhat subscribe to the 60 cycle hum philosophy of like this kind of gear, which is like you're a guitar player. You don't need like stuff around you to remind you that you're a guitar player, right? You know what I mean? Like you don't need like like I have my like
Yeah,
bottle
but other
opener
people,
shaped like a guitar,
but you want
people
other
do like
people.
people do like it. People do like it.
Yeah.
So I'm on the like I see where they're coming from with that, but I'm on the fence with that because sometimes this kind of stuff is cool to have.
All
So,
right. Well, go out and buy one of these things. All right,
yeah.
let's hit on our last topic of the evening. The of course Gibson has released. We knew this was coming, right? I mean, if you didn't know, we Gibson
Well,
a few back in August they released the limited Murphy Lab
the
run
expensive one, yeah.
of the expensive ones of the Noel Gallagher, the double P90 guitar that he's playing on tour, and
Black one.
the original like the black, yeah, Les Paul. And now they're releasing the USA version here,
Yeah,
which we
love
knew
it.
was going to happen. It's the
I think
same.
it's
So
super
essentially, what is this? Like the same thing minus the aging, the Murphy Lab aging treatment.
Right, right.
And also I don't think these have the the aged nickel hardware either. But I think they
I
got
think that's
everything
right.
else.
I think it's just like regular, like standard chrome hardware.
Yeah.
If I'm not mistaken.
But
But it's really cool.
And
I'm
they're coming in at
about
what?
this.
$2,999.
Yeah, $3,000, which is about the price for this signature edition
standard
stuff, right? So I love it. I just love it. It's I love like the chrome P90s against the black. I think it looks really cool. Am I going to buy this? No,
that.
but it's awesome. I don't know. Like this would be one of those things. Like if I came
cool.
across it used somewhere, I would be very tempted to buy it because it's just really cool. And let's just be honest, a P90 Les Paul is just awesome.
Oh, it is.
It is.
I've been I at one point, this.
Second,
you froze as well. I at one point, and I think
right.
we've talked about like wanting like the like a nice gold top with P90s and like that kind of look.
Yeah.
Those are super cool. But yeah, I love those. I love the pickups and the way they look against the black, and and of course just like what this guitar is. It's a very cool release.
And then so the other thing that was a little more quiet, Dave, let's just hit it quickly, was the Epiphone releases for the Oasis signature guitars, not Noel's guitars, but for the other members of Oasis whose names are great, by the way. It's the Gem Archer Sheridan, and then the Paul Bonehead Arthur.
Oh yeah, Paul.
The Riviera, right?
Oh yeah,
so they're calling it
they're
calling it the Bonehead Riviera, is what they're calling it. And these look incredible. These are built to Epiphone.
Sounds like a Vegas resort you never want to go to.
The Bonehead Riviera. In Nashville they have the next Riviera. So this could be right next. This could be around there too. The Bonehead Riviera. Yeah. I mean, they both look incredible. It says that they're built to inspired by Gibson custom spec, right? So it's in that line. But they're coming in at $899. They're coming in at $899 instead of like the $1,299 for those.
That's a great
inspired
price.
by custom spec guitars.
So where are they cutting corners then for those prices?
I mean, I don't have all the specs here, but they're saying, well, they're not doing the burst Bucker, the Gibson USA pickups.
Okay, so there's a big savings there.
They're calling them Epiphone Alnico Classic Pro pickup. So that's probably it right there. That's probably the whole.
That's probably the whole thing right there. There's your $400.
They do have the CTS pots, so those are nice. But these look great. Now the Gem Archer actually has the USA made Gibson I think it's what's in here. I think it's the minis. The mini humbuckers are in there. So and that is actually so that is $12.99. So that is the full price for an Inspired by Gibson custom Epiphone with the USA pickups, whereas the Bonehead Riviera is coming in a little bit less expensive because it doesn't have the USA pickups. So there you go. But really badass. Yeah. They look great. I love the paint job on the Bonehead. It's like this kind of like tobacco, like a dark tobacco burst that we like, Dave. Thing looks great.
Yes.
Did you pull it up? Yeah, it looks great.
Yeah,
and they're doing the Gem Archer Sheridan and Cherry, which it should be if you have a Sheridan. It should be in Cherry. These are great. If you're into the semi hollows, guys, these look great. Let me tell you,
they do.
Especially
they do,
the Bonehead, man. So,
who are you calling a bonehead? Anyway. Yeah,
it's like you remember Growing Pains when his friend name was Boner.
How they got away with that, even back then, was like it just amazed me. You know, like just that was like on like
Boner.
You're watching like TV on like it's 8:30 on like a Thursday night, like the
right.
family Family Ties comes on, or was it not Family Ties? It was
Growing Pains. Yeah,
Growing Pains. Yeah,
Growing
Pains comes on.
Smile again. Remember that song? Yeah, it was great.
And you're just hearing like Boner being screamed across the room. It's like what the okay.
We should do a rating. I know we don't do a bunch of like lists, but Dave, we got to get a list where we talk about top 80s show themes.
Oh yeah. We're not a list show, but I
we're gonna do
actually like that idea.
We're gonna do that. All right.
All right. Well, we are coming up on time. Thank you guys so much for checking the Guitar Dads out. If you are new and you just listened for the first time, we hope we gave you a good show. If not, come back next week. We'll make it up to you. Okay. How's that? Thanks to our loyal listeners for checking us out each week. Go find us at Guitar Dads Podcast on Instagram and Threads and X, and find us on YouTube. Especially if you want to see some of the things we were just talking about, go over to YouTube and check those out. And come join the private Facebook group at Guitar Dads Podcast there. You guys in the group, you guys are going to be running the show soon because we're going to be deciding. We have a list of rotating segments, as we've talked about. We're going to be starting to throw it out to the group, and you guys kind of decide what goes this week. Yeah. So look forward to that. If you want to participate, we appreciate it.
We haven't said in a while is like, if you're listening to this on like Apple Podcasts or wherever, give us a like, give us a subscribe, and also leave a review. That helps as well. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. And leave a review. That would be very helpful if you're enjoying the podcast. Yes. Like we said, we're not doing the Patreon. We're not going to hound you about Patreon anymore. So, but we're going to hound you for stuff like that, because that's really going to help. So
if you want to support the show, though, we still have for $1 a month. If you want to help the show keep going, go to patreon.com/Guitar Dads Podcast. You can definitely do that if you want to.
You're just not going to really get anything in return.
Yes.
You're just going to support the show. But like stuff like that, telling your friends about it, leaving a review, that would help us out a lot. So we appreciate it, everybody.
All right. Well, I think that was it, right? We covered it all. That was this week's Guitar Dads Podcast.
Keep rock alive. Catch you on the flip.